Hi, I'm Sarah Hopkins, owner and senior neurological physiotherapist at Hibiscus Neuro Rehab. If we haven't met before, lovely to meet you today, and thank you for spending some time watching my video. If your loved one has had a stroke, you might be wondering, what are the rehab options available in New Zealand and how do we access them and what do they cost? These are really common questions, and today I'll give you clear answers so you can get the right support for your or your loved one's recovery. Recovering from stroke isn't just about time, it's about getting the right rehab at the right time. But navigating the system can feel confusing. Who provides stroke rehab? What's covered by the public system? And when should you consider private rehabilitation? Let's break it down. So in New Zealand, stroke rehab is available through both the public health system and private providers. What you're eligible for depends on several factors, including how severe your stroke was, your recovery needs, and how long it's been since your stroke. Here's what happens though if you don't get the right rehabilitation. There can be limited recovery potential. Stroke recovery is time sensitive and missing early rehabilitation can slow progress. Now, if you don't get it in the early days, that's not saying that you won't get progress, it can just slow it. So at any stage, you should seek out rehabilitation if you've got some goals you want to achieve. Increased risk of complications. Without proper rehab, muscle weakness, spasticity, balance problems can worsen over time. And you can also pick up some bad habits that are harder to undo once they're there. And number 3, loss of independence. If mobility and function aren't restored effectively, daily tasks can become harder, leading to a greater reliance on others. That's why it's so important to know your options and take action early. The good news is there are many stroke rehab options in New Zealand, from hospital-based therapy to community rehab and private providers like us. With the right rehab plan, many stroke survivors regain mobility, independence, and confidence in their daily lives. Whether you need intensive therapy or ongoing support, there are pathways to help keep you improving. So, answering the 3 big questions that we've been given. What are the stroke rehab options in New Zealand? Public stroke rehab. If you had a stroke, you'll typically start rehab in a hospital setting with physiotherapists, occupational therapists, and speech and language therapists, nurses, and med team. Once discharged, you may be referred to community rehab services. And then the next thing is you could be referred to community rehab-based rehab. This includes Te Whatu Ora funded therapy, home-based rehabilitation, and outpatient clinics based at the hospitals. There are also private stroke rehab options. Some people choose private for more frequent or special neurological therapy. This can include intensive neurophysiotherapy, balance retraining, occupational therapy, functional rehab, speech and language therapy, depending on your needs. And don't forget the support groups and exercise classes. Stroke-specific exercise groups and community support networks can also help with long-term recovery. And Stroke New Zealand can be a really good place to access some of these resources. So question number 2 was, how can you access stroke rehab in New Zealand? Well, if you're in hospital, your stroke team will arrange rehab services for you. After hospital discharge, your doctor, your consultant or stroke nurse can refer you for publicly funded rehab services, as well as can your rehab team. For private rehab, like accessing places like ourselves, you can self-refer to neurological physiotherapists, occupational therapists, and speech language therapists like us at Hibiscus Neuro Rehab. Private rehab gives you the flexibility and intensity and frequency and the type of therapy that you receive. Question number 3, what about cost? Now, cost is often a barrier or can be a barrier to stroke rehab, but it can also give you the independence that you crave. So, are stroke rehab services free in New Zealand? Public rehab is free through your health system, but availability can depend on funding and wait lists. ACC can sometimes fund stroke rehab if the stroke was due to an accident or medical misadventure. And then you have private therapy, which is self-funded or insurance can go towards this. With private therapy, you may find it a worthwhile investment to access more personalised and frequent interventions. What you may not realise is that rehab doesn't stop after the first few months. Many people assume that if they don't recover quickly, they never will. But stroke recovery is an ongoing journey and can continue for months, even years, with the right rehabilitation. Even if you've had a stroke a long time ago, there are ways to improve your strength, balance and coordination and your function. And it's never too late to invest in your recovery. Our team are experts in providing stroke rehabilitation tailored to suit your needs, whether you're just starting out or looking to improve long-term function. And if you want more intensive rehab or the public system isn't meeting your needs, we are here to help. You can reach out to us and we can talk with you. We offer free 15-minute consults to see what your needs might be, and we can explore that with you to see if anything suits your needs. Otherwise, you're now aware of the public and private options for healthcare for stroke in New Zealand. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like or subscribe, or if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Bye for now.